3 hidden signs a woman, secretly, has a crush on you. Female psychology. Have you ever wondered if a woman secretly likes you, but is trying her best not to make it obvious? The truth is, attraction isn't always expressed through flirting or direct compliments. In fact, many women intentionally hide their feelings, especially in the early stages. They may worry about rejection, professional boundaries, or simply want to know if you're genuinely interested before revealing anything. Female psychology often works in subtle ways. Instead of obvious gestures, attraction usually appears through repeated patterns of behavior. One isolated action doesn't necessarily mean she's interested. But when the same signals keep appearing over time, they can reveal emotions she's trying to keep private. Let's explore 3 hidden signs that may indicate she's secretly developing a crush on you. Sign #1. She creates accidental opportunities to be around you. One of the strongest indicators of hidden attraction is proximity. According to social psychology, people naturally seek physical closeness to individuals they enjoy. When someone likes you, their brain associates your presence with positive emotions. As a result, they unconsciously look for excuses to spend more time near you. Notice whether she frequently appears in places where you happen to be. Maybe she suddenly starts taking coffee breaks at the same time as you. She chooses the desk nearby, even though other seats are available. She volunteers for projects you're involved in. At lunch, she somehow ends up sitting near your table. On the surface, each event looks completely normal. But when these coincidences happen again and again, they often stop being coincidences. What's interesting is that women who are hiding their feelings usually avoid making these moments seem intentional. They don't want to appear obvious. Instead, they'll casually say things like, "Oh, I didn't know you'd be here," even if they quietly hoped they would see you. This behavior becomes even more noticeable if she doesn't seek out the same level of interaction with other people. She may enter a conversation simply because you're involved, even if the topic doesn't interest her much. She might ask a simple question that she could easily have asked someone else. These small interactions allow her to spend a little extra time with you without revealing her true intentions. Another clue is that she rarely seems eager to leave once the conversation starts. Even after the original reason for talking has ended, she'll continue chatting, ask another question, or comment on something unrelated. She enjoys extending the interaction because being around you feels rewarding. Psychologically, this reflects the principle of repeated exposure. The more someone interacts with a person they like, the stronger their emotional attachment often becomes. Of course, proximity alone isn't proof of attraction. Some people are naturally friendly or work closely together. That's why it's important to look for consistent patterns rather than isolated moments. When repeated proximity combines with the next sign, the picture becomes much clearer. Sign #2, her eyes reveal more than her words. People can control their speech much more easily than their eyes. That's why eye contact is one of the most reliable indicators of genuine attraction. When a woman secretly has a crush on you, her eyes often betray feelings she's trying to hide. You may notice her looking at you when she thinks you're not paying attention. The moment you turn toward her, she quickly looks away as if nothing happened. This pattern repeats because curiosity naturally draws our attention toward people we're emotionally invested in. Sometimes the opposite happens. Instead of avoiding eye contact, she maintains it slightly longer than most people would. During conversations, she seems fully focused on you, almost as if the rest of the room disappears. Longer eye contact creates emotional intimacy without saying a single word. Another fascinating detail involves her facial expressions. When she sees you unexpectedly, her face may brighten almost instantly before she remembers to control it. A genuine smile appears naturally, reaching her eyes rather than just her mouth. Psychologists often refer to this as an authentic emotional reaction because it's difficult to fake consistently. You may also notice subtle eyebrow raises, softer facial muscles, or slightly dilated pupils in comfortable lighting. These reactions occur automatically and are difficult to suppress. However, women hiding their feelings often become self-conscious after these moments. They may suddenly look down, fix their hair, check their phone, or redirect the conversation. It's almost as if their emotions briefly escaped before they remembered to hide them again. Remember, attraction isn't measured by a single glance. It's the repeated combination of stolen looks, genuine smiles, and lingering eye contact over time that makes these signals meaningful. Sign #3, she remembers the little things about you. One of the most overlooked signs of hidden attraction isn't something she says, it's what she remembers. When a woman secretly likes you, your words tend to carry more emotional weight than they do for everyone else. Because she's genuinely interested, her brain naturally pays closer attention to the small details of your life. Maybe weeks ago you casually mentioned your favorite coffee, a hobby you enjoy, or an important meeting you were nervous about. Most people would forget those details. But she doesn't. Days or even weeks later, she asks, "How did that presentation go?" Or, "Did you ever finish that book you were reading?" These questions may seem ordinary, but they reveal something deeper. People invest mental energy in the things and the people that matter to them. Remembering small personal details is often a sign of emotional interest rather than simple politeness. You might also notice that she brings up past conversations you barely remember having. She'll reference a funny story you told, your favorite movie, or a goal you mentioned months ago. To you, it was just casual conversation. To her, it became something worth remembering. Female psychology often shows attraction through emotional attentiveness rather than grand romantic gestures. Instead of trying to impress you with dramatic actions, she'll demonstrate genuine curiosity about your life. She may ask thoughtful follow-up questions instead of changing the subject. She wants to understand what motivates you, what excites you, and what challenges you're facing. This creates a stronger emotional connection over time. Another subtle clue is that she notices changes other people completely miss. Maybe you got a haircut, started wearing a new watch, changed your glasses, or simply seemed more tired than usual. She notices, not because she's trying to analyze you, but because people naturally pay closer attention to someone they care about. Interestingly, women who are hiding their feelings often express concern in very understated ways. Instead of saying, "I was worried about you," they might simply ask, "You seem quieter today, everything okay?" Or, "You look a little stressed lately." These comments show emotional awareness without openly admitting affection. However, there's one important reminder. None of these signs should be viewed in isolation. A woman may remember details because she's naturally kind. She may make eye contact because she's confident. She may spend time around you because your schedules naturally overlap. That's why psychology encourages looking for clusters of behaviors rather than individual moments. If she consistently seeks opportunities to be near you, if her eyes repeatedly reveal genuine interest, and if she remembers the little things that most people forget, there's a much stronger chance that her feelings go beyond simple friendship. Still, attraction isn't certainty. The healthiest approach is never to assume someone's feelings based solely on body language or subtle behavior. Instead, let these signs encourage you to build a genuine connection through honest conversation, mutual respect, and shared experiences. If she's interested, giving the relationship time to develop naturally will usually reveal far more than trying to decode every small gesture. Sometimes the strongest relationships don't begin with dramatic confessions. They begin with quiet moments, lingering eye contact, small acts of kindness, and two people slowly realizing they enjoy each other's company more than anyone else's. If you notice these hidden signs consistently, don't rush to conclusions, but don't ignore them either. Sometimes, the feelings she's trying hardest to hide are the ones quietly showing through every smile, every glance, and every thoughtful question.